There it is. Just keeping everyone on their toes. Welcome back. Hillary Clinton is not doing much for her icy image. She's the ice princess with the press. Here was a particularly chilly encounter with a TMZ reporter recently.
How you doing, Hillary? Hillary, with the blunder on the emails, was that just a generalization gap, or can that be corrected? Any chance that would be corrected, Ms. Clinton, Secretary Clinton? All right, have a good day.
Yeah. Oh, has she never seen TMZ? You don't do that. Even Rihanna doesn't do that. The potentially future Mrs. President has answered 7 questions, only 7 from local reporters since she announced April 12th. She has yet to sit down for a national interview. So why so chill from the Hill? Stacey Dash joins us tonight. She's an actress and a Fox News contributor extraordinaire. Michael Malice, he is on the panel as well, author of Dear Reader. If you haven't gotten it on Amazon.com, you have to immediately. It's very funny and good, and I know you love North Korea. And comedian Tom Cotter, winner of America's Got Talent. And boy, does he more talent in his eyebrow than I have in the top half of my face. So shouldn't Hillary sit down with Diane Sawyer to talk about transitioning from being a civilian to a presidential candidate? Because it's a big transition in anyone's life.
Kennedy, you know I like you, you know I respect you, but you haven't been paying attention. Hillary Clinton explicitly said she's going on a listening tour, and that's what we saw her doing. She's listening to all the questions that all the reporters are asking her, and she's not going to answer them. And that's how you learn, by listening. And that's why she's going to be the smartest president in humankind.
Because all she's doing is taking
she's taking it in.
She doesn't want to dominate, right? She wants to listen to other people.
Yeah, she doesn't want to flare hate. She's like, no, baby, I'm gonna sit down, because that's when I go to a concert. That's what I want to hear, is someone listening. Yeah. Okay, now Stacey, if you are a campaign strategist, if you are one of her advisors, isn't this the smartest thing she can do? I mean, because it seems like every time she opens her mouth, she loses voters, and she betrays her lack of confidence and smarts.
Because she's a liar. But, you know, she bumped her head. Maybe that someone should say, you know, she did bump her head. She forgot to speak. She doesn't know how to speak anymore unless she's lying.
No, maybe she had a traumatic brain injury.
If you watch her body language, it's exactly like the footage when Gotti was indicted, where he's just walking in the hallway, not seeing everyone. And I'm sure the lawyers have told her, keep your mouth shut, because these things that she's involved with have extreme legal repercussions. It's not just some kind of minor scandal.
And they're scared she's going to lie.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. They have no choice.
That's a really good point, because if any of these things, you know, forget Trey Gowdy's committee, if any of these things become actionable, he makes an excellent point. They can be used against her. So my question is, someone who has so much to lose, including billions of dollars in the foundation, why is she running for president?
Yeah, you're supposed to be a media whore when you're campaining, aren't you?
Right.
For that? And she's ducking it. I think she did say that she would have a sit down with Brian Williams. But unfortunately, that didn't work out.
You know what? That would be so good for her, because he could misremember her record at the State Department and actually materialize something very impressive.
Perfect scenario. Yeah, she's not playing ball with the press, and it's because she doesn't want to. She's going to make an idiot out of herself right now with the most recent scandals, the email scandal, the Clinton Foundation scandal.
Well, you know her answer to that. What difference does it make?
Oh, I know.
Well, she's also used to the press carrying water for her, and this is the first time in her life as an adult where she's having an antagonistic relationship with the press, and she really doesn't know what to do, and she's not in a position to change.
My favorite thing, though, Stacey, is she said on April 14th, we have a plan for my plan. When is she planning to unveil the plan for her plan?
Like I said, she bumped her head, and she's gotten amnesia. She doesn't remember the plan for the plan for the plan.
I sure as heck hope the plan isn't in the email server.
I just like
because I think that thing was melted down.
Exactly what happened.
And I like how the author of Hard Choices is making decisions based on convenience. This woman, I've been saying this for a year with you, this woman is a walking calamity, and she must be our president to save the right wing.
And I'm a comedian. We needed the material, so we'd love her. I mean, I miss the Bill Clinton days.
But I mean, the thing that surprised me, Tom, and we have to go, but it was a point that you made. With so many Republicans to hate, the press should love her, but they don't. And I am so sorry, Hillary. I'm so sorry. But very happy that our panel is coming back a little later in the show, where they're going to talk about teachers and superheroes. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. And about a professor who failed his entire class for bad behavior. Stick around for that. Woo! Yes.
Oh.
Another one bites the dust. Today is National Superhero Day. And as we celebrate our favorite caped crusaders and masked men and women, of course, of mystery, one has to ask, which one of these heroes would you like to see as our next commander-in-chief? I hit the streets of New York City to ask the masses. Take a look. Which superhero should be president?
Superman,
Okay, why?
because he's the best.
Oh, yes,
He's so beautiful. So strong.
Hot, sexy, and full of muscles. Which superhero should be president?
Superman.
Okay, very good. Why?
I like him. My son likes him.
Yeah. Flies fast, and it can see through my underwear. Which superhero should be president?
President. Hulk.
Why?
I think it would rebuild our standing around the world.
Wouldn't he just like break stuff when he gets really mad?
I think that's what we need to be doing.
Iron Man.
Oh, I love Iron Man. He's great. Which superhero should be president?
Spider-Man.
Okay, why?
Shoot webs.
Yeah, right? And tangle people in there and be like, how you like me now, Ron? What? Which superhero should be president?
Captain America.
Exactly. Are those my wedding cakes?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for those. And they're gluten-free and delicious. So who would my panel like to see as the next leader of this great nation? Here once again, it's Stacey Dash, Michael Malice, and Tom Cotter. Stacey, I will start with you.
Yes.
Who would be the greatest president of the superhero variety?
Batman.
Why is that?
Well, he was a billionaire, very smart, could build anything,
Yeah.
could control bats, you know, and he didn't have any superpowers, just his mind.
He didn't need them because he could develop them in
That's
his
right.
laboratory, and he could buy the materials, and that's the
And
American
he had a
dream.
great staff.
Yeah.
It's the American dream, being traumatized by your parents' murder.
Well, you know,
and spend
sometimes
a
that
lifetime
happens.
beating
Yeah,
up
but
people in dark alleys. That's the American dream.
He lifted himself up from that and became who he
did it.
wanted
He's
to
Wind
be.
beneath my bat wing.
He
That's
needs therapy
right.
desperately, and if he had some therapy, he wouldn't be running around in this latex Dom outfit all night with this little boy by his side.
All right, first of all, I will take Robin over Biden any day. And
Over who? Biden?
Biden, yeah. He's your sidekick. He's a good sidekick. The Batcave is a fortified bunker already.
That's
He's
right.
the Cape Crusader. That would piss off ISIS. I like that, Crusader. And I just, Alfred, I think he's a great Cheney kind of character in the whole thing.
Okay.
Perfect. I agree with you.
Great
Perfect.
staff.
Yes, great
Yes.
staff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like Captain America. You know, here's
that's
the person.
He's a meathead. He's
Yes,
a
he
meathead.
doesn't seem very smart.
They gave him steroids.
I like
and
him a lot.
Former military.
He's like Eisenhower.
And I'd like to see a sexy body.
Eisenhower was a terrible president, and Captain America would be a dime store Eisenhower.
All right,
both-
so
both of
now,
them.
Michael, you say that every president is really a villain, and who would Hillary Clinton be if she were president?
Well, Hillary Clinton would be the Duchess of Dementia, the psychopath in the State Department, the Queen of Crazy. And villains are the ones who get things done. Heroes are just putting out fires, usually literally, but the villains take a punch and they keep coming back harder and stronger. And that's the people we should aspire to
And
be like.
that's why Michael Malice is a contrarian and an anarchist.
And a supervillain.
And the dynamic duo. All right, a college professor gets flunk happy, failing his entire class because he says they were disrespectful and disruptive. This is a college professor, not a middle school teacher. Texas A&M Galveston professor Erwin Horowitz. He emailed his students to let them know they all failed his strategic management class, writing, "You all lack the honor and maturity to live up to the standards that Texas A&M holds and the competence and or desire to do the quality work necessary to pass the course just on a grade level." Wow, that is so harsh.
Wow.
Horowitz says the students harassed him. He felt unsafe. The university says it is reassessing the grades because Erwin maybe... So if I needed this class to graduate and he flunked me because there were, you know, maybe a couple of turds floating in the punch bowl, I would be very upset and I might pursue legal action against the school. What
Yeah.
say you, Tom Cotter?
Why wouldn't you? This guy, first of all, he's setting the worst example of Professor Can. He's quitting. He's a quitter. He faced some. Remember
Lost
the movie
control of the
To
class.
Sir with Love, Sidney Poitier? He had those meatheads in his class. And Welcome Back, Kotter, Gabe
Remember the
Kaplan.
song?
Yes, I love that. It was my favorite movie when I was a kid. Anyway, this guy is a wuss. The professor is. There is an Aggie Code of Honor, and all these students live up to it. I've been fortunate enough to perform at Texas A&M. Great kids. They take their hats off to go into. Really? Okay, they take their hats off.
Supervillain is the way to go.
So I think that I think all their grades should be reinstated.
Oh,
I think.
good.
Yeah.
It's good. Michael?
I was in this position. I had an argument with the professor about copyright. Voices weren't raised, and the next time after class, he had a letter for me that said, until we have a discussion, you can't speak in class anymore. And if this guy knew strategic management, he would know, don't put in writing, because I almost got that guy fired.
Oh, interesting.
So you don't tell a group of kids you're being mean and immature and email everybody about it and being like, you all failed, because the idea statistically that everyone in that class is being mean and everyone in that class is stupid is like literally impossible. This is a college group, you know?
Yeah, it's academic, and these are a lot of students about to graduate who needed this course.
Yeah, but they're college students, like you said. They're not elementary school or middle school students. They're grown-ups.
Yeah.
And if they're not behaving as such, then they should suffer consequences. Kudos to him.
Well, I agree that the ones who are disrupting the entire class, they should be kicked out. You know, they shouldn't get passing grades. But you know, within 30 people, there's at least a couple people like me, because I went to college when I was 28. That's when I started, and I was like an old lady who wants to go to the fraternity party, rub Nana's bunions with coconut oil. I think I love it. It was a study group over the adult community center.
Perfect Hillary
We
impression.
were able to keep control of your bladder, at least.
That depends. All right, well, Tom, Michael, and Stacy, thank you all so much for being here.
Honored.
Thank you.
You have made my night. You guys have exquisite chemistry, and they will be our next throuple.